Have you ever said something, maybe just a small comment, and wondered later if it actually changed someone's life? Well, on this day in 1861, a 12-year-old girl from a tiny New York town proves that one voice, no matter how small, can reach the most powerful person in the world. Stay with me until the end, because this story is going to remind you that your words matter more than you think. It is the fall of 1860. America is on the edge of something enormous. Abraham Lincoln is running for president, and the country is deeply divided. Tension is everywhere. But in Westfield, New York, an 11-year-old girl named Grace Bedell is not thinking about politics. She is thinking about Lincoln's face. Grace looks at a campaign portrait of Lincoln and makes an observation that no political advisor, no general, and no senator had the courage to make. And she writes to the President of the United States. Her letter is completely charming. She tells Lincoln his face is so thin and that he would look a great deal better if he would just grow some whiskers. Then she makes him an offer. She promises to convince her 4 brothers to vote for him if he grows the beard. And she adds her final argument with the confidence only an 11-year-old can muster. She writes, "All the ladies like whiskers, and they would tease their husbands to vote for you, and then you would be president." She signs it, she mails it, and then she waits. Here is what makes this story genuinely remarkable. Lincoln actually writes back. He is kind and a little funny. He says he worries that growing a beard now might look like a piece of silly affectation. But something about Grace's words clearly sticks with him, because within weeks he quietly puts down his razor, for good. Fast forward to February 16th, 1861. Lincoln is on a train, traveling from Illinois to Washington for his inauguration. The country is holding its breath. His train stops in Westfield, New York. Thousands of people crowd the platform, and Lincoln, standing on the rear platform, calls out into the crowd, asking for Grace Bedell by name. Her father takes her hand and guides her forward through the sea of strangers. And there stands the President-elect of the United States, looking down at the girl who told him to change his face. He steps down from the platform. He kneels. He kisses her on the cheek, and then he points to his beard and says, "You see, Grace, I let these whiskers grow for you." The newspapers covered the story the next day. The crowd cheers, and Grace Bedell, 12 years old, becomes a small, shining footnote in one of the most important chapters in American history. Now, here is something worth sitting with. Lincoln went on to lead the country through its most devastating war, and his bearded face became one of the most recognized images in human history. That image, on pennies, on monuments, in museums around the world, was shaped in part by a child with a pen and a bold idea. Grace Bedell lived to be 87 years old. She never forgot that day on the platform. At 82, she recalled it clearly, saying he sat beside her on the edge of the station and told her he had grown his whiskers just for her. One letter, one child, one moment that echoes across 165 years. And here is the part I really want you to think about today. Grace did not have a vote. She had no title, no platform, no audience. She was just a kid with something to say and the courage to say it. But her words mattered. They reached the right person at the right moment, and they left a mark that the whole world can still see. That makes me think about you, about the stories only you carry, the moments in your own life or your family's life that no one else will ever know unless you write them down and share them. Think about the stories your grandparents told, or the ones that almost got lost. Think about the experiences that shaped who you are today. Those stories are not small, they are treasures, and the people who come after you deserve to know them. Have you ever thought about writing those stories down? Not for fame, not for the world, but just so the people you love, the ones who are still here and the ones who are not yet born, could know where they came from. That is the kind of legacy that lasts longer than any monument. I would love to know what you think about this. And actually, I am putting together something for this community that I think could really help. I am working on a free guide for subscribers to help you start writing your own family stories. No experience needed, no pressure. Just a simple, encouraging path to capturing the moments and the people that made you who you are. Would that be something you'd want? Drop a yes in the comments and let me know. Every single day, History Sparks brings you a story like this one, a real moment, a real person, proof that history is never just about the powerful few. It belongs to all of us. Subscribe to History Sparks right now and come back tomorrow. Your next favorite story is already waiting for you.